Hello, hello, hello. Welcome back to Coffee Time. A single person in the comments said, "You changed the format." So I believe in giving the people what they want. Not what they need, but what they want. We're going back to doing news. Don't know how long this will last. I get bored easily. But the person wanted news, so I'm going to give them news. Now the reason I didn't do news is back in, I think it was December 2024, I got a community strike from YouTube. Instant. It was instant. I appealed it and they instantly denied my appeal because certain news stories you cannot go near, even though there's plenty of that content on YouTube. I'm not going to say what it is because I'll keep you as baffled as I am. But if you cover certain kinds, because again the terms of service change, like as often as I change my underpants, it changes, and so you never know when you're in the grey zone or in the red zone, and so you can never give people advice on what to do on this platform because it could all change next week. But yes, certain things they don't like, even though there's plenty of those things on the main site and then some. I don't get it, but it put me right off for doing news because I just pull it up and I do what I do live, like we do, and my brain can't remember all the terms of service of YouTube as I'm doing this, so there's always a chance I might fall into the bear pit. Hey, but I can't fall into the bear pit with this because there's weather. Yes, Chandra threatens chaos. We've got some weather coming in apparently. Isn't that good? Everybody loves weather in the UK. Chandra, named after Sheila Chandra perhaps. Ever so lonely, ever so lonely, hit with her band Monsoon, weather. Oh, it's all connected. So yeah, we've got 80-mile-per-hour winds, downpours and snow. Should be fun. Don't go out, stay at home. I did tell you. So yeah, I would say pack your brolly, but you probably wouldn't be able to hold your brolly up if there's 80-mile-per-hour winds. So yeah, not good. At least there's no ice and I can't slide over and knacker my other knee. Still hurts, I'm still in pain. Give me sympathy. Give us sympathy. Oh my God. Oh no. We've got this story is doing the rounds. I just want to say, I don't care. I'm sick of it. I'm sick of hearing American news front and centre in the UK. They're going on about this thing in Minneapolis. Minneapolis. I went to Minneapolis once. This is the armed anti-ICE protesters take to the streets because there's this thing called ICE. I hate it. I don't care. I don't want to know. It's nothing to do with us. We're in the UK. We are not a state of America. I do not care who gets shot. I do not care which American idiot goes out. Takes a gun to a gunfight? I think that's the right expression. So yeah, this guy who got shot, Alex Pretty, who was a nurse, got shot. Yeah, it's sad. I feel sorry for his relatives. But you don't take a gun to a gunfight. Those guys are trigger happy out there. It's all pow 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 pow. Again, I'm a Brit. I don't care much about gun ownership. I think if you need to own a gun, then you're a very insecure person. But it's all part of the American Constitution, and so people like to wave guns around and then get upset when they get shot by the authorities. Remember, they're protesting people doing their job. It's a horrible job. It's not a nice job, but it's a job that they're employed to do. And that's it. That's it. That's my view from England. Don't really care Remember, there's no cure for stupid. And if there was a vaccine, they'd probably refuse to take it. But yeah, so this is going to go on. You're going to have this going on and on and on and on and on. And like I say, it was the second news item up on News at 10 last night, after Andy Burnham being knocked back for becoming an MP. Andy Burnham, again, Labour Party's answer to a Lego man. Remember when he used to have that Lego man haircut? Is a duplicitous little sod, because he's only 2 years into being mayor of Manchester, and then he wants to jack it all in to become an MP so he can take on Sir Keir of Starmer. And you go, no, you wait till you do your term, mate. You do your term as mayor, and then you quit, and then you take him on. But no, he wants the power. He wants to touch the ring of power, and he got knocked back, and boo hoo. And it's like a big Labour Party conspiracy to preserve Keir Starmer. It would trigger an election for mayor, and he's only been in the job back in the job for 2 years. He's like 30. He's been doing it for years. Third term, is it? He's like Khan. I haven't done Khan for a long time. Missus. But yeah, it was this story was the second story after Andy Burnham, right? Couldn't care less. No fucks are given. It's America. Do what they want. They could all blow each other up for all I care. I do not care. I'm sick of hearing it on the radio. I'm sick of reading about it on the internet. I'm sick of it being on the television. I don't care. Who dictated that American news take precedence over everything else? See, I've just turned into a rant about how I can't stand us having American news stuffed down our throats 24/7. I'm tired of it. I don't care. Do you know why? Because they don't want you to know what's really going on. They go, look over here. Look, it's a distraction technique. So while it's sad that a stupid man got shot, play stupid games, win stupid prizes. That's it. Bottom line. If he hadn't have been armed, man, boy, he would have really been a really good martyr, wouldn't he? But he was armed. Possibility that the gun went off accidentally and everyone opened fire because it's all inflamed. And then people go, oh yeah, give it a rest. Give it a rest. It's tiring, and I don't care. Oh, you're horrible. You're a horrible man. Yeah, I am. Horrible. But when you see stupid things happen, you just got to say, come on. Oh, here's some news for Katie Price. Has got married again. This is her 72nd marriage or something. It was a shock wedding apparently to a guy called Lee Adams, and here she is with the proposal. Now again, Katie Price, she's noted for she doesn't wear open crotch panties. No, she's got a revolving door on them. Apparently, I'm due to marry her next Tuesday. But I don't know why this is news. But again, why is this news? Just imagine Andy Burnham puts it, then Katie Price gets married again. Oh no, maybe we should have American news in the news cycle. I do not know. How about some stupid? Now, I didn't get this from the Daily Mail website. This is from the Times, and the thing with the Times is it's got the old paywall. So I downloaded it off of nefarious means. I went on X and found somebody who'd made this is what you have to do when these things are behind paywalls now. You have to kind of go and find a cut-in of it. Like I'm in the bloody library looking at microfiche. Remember that? Who remembers the microfiche reader? I'm old. But anyway, this is more from the world of stupid. This is midwives. So I can't even fit it on the screen. See, look. How can I make it? Hold it. Let me get it. It says midwives record the gender identity of babies. Gender identity of babies. Yeah. This is the NHS, because again they always link it to sexual orientation of babies. This is real John Money stuff. Follow the money. Again, him and Kinsey. Oh boy, very, very dubious people. But yeah, several NHS trusts have launched a £450 million patient record system called Epic. Faith No More song, which is produced by the American IT company Epic Systems. The default settings for registering new patients, including newborns, contain an option form asking for their gender identity. It also asks for sex assigned at birth. It's observed at birth, because that's science. It's observed. It also asks for sex assigned at birth, pronouns, and sexual orientation of babies. One midwife at Torbay in South Devon NHS Foundation Trust told the Mail on Sunday they were shocked to find there was no option to record a baby's biological sex. Again, this skews records. Oh God. Again, you need to know this stuff. It's just common sense. You need to know what the actual statistics are. Again, when you're an adult, you can do whatever you want, but it's really important for us to know, what's happening with our population. This person said, why on earth has this form been adapted to be appropriate for a newborn? I hope that common sense will prevail. Nobody will try and fill in those boxes. Unfortunately, common sense doesn't seem to be in good supply. These are not mandatory fields, but this is the backbone of documentation that will follow babies for life. It's proof the baby exists and is needed to get a birth certificate. The fact that it's asking for assigned sex at birth is worrying. And the software has been adopted in at least 10 NHS hospitals after Epic won the contract in 2023. So, under the Tories, this includes King's College Hospital and Guy's and St Thomas's in London. In 2023, NHS bosses said that technology will be updated to record only biological sex after midwives filling in the forms for newborns reported they could only select gender identity. Fiona McKenna, the director of campaigns at the sex-based rights charity Sex Matter, said it was surprising and disappointing that NHS trusts were still registering the so-called gender identity of newborn babies. Again, it's just gibberish. It's the gibberish times we are living in. Reality has gone out the window. There's a lot of Mail Plus stories on here, so here we go. I'm bringing you this via the marvel of all the G's, 5G. No fibre connection here. I'm doing this through the air, because it's cheap. It's cheaper. But anyway, broadband in the UK is it's important everywhere, isn't it? But G.network, never heard of them, is an altnet provider of internet services, and they offer packages for as little as £25 a month. But they were plunged into administration on the 12th of January after amassing huge debts. It had spent millions installing much of its own fibre optic cabling across London in an attempt to take on giants like Openreach, their BT's infrastructure, and Virgin Media. Community Fibre, a rival altnet firm, had been weighing up whether to buy the company, but it bowed out after totting up the potential cost of repairs. And what's the problem with the repairs? Because one of the reasons that they reckon this company's gone under is the fibre optic cables under our streets have been chewed by rats. That's not the rat though. That was pictured in a broadband duct in Tring in 2023. So he's not a current rat, but apparently they like to get the best speeds available. And yeah, it's going to cost a fortune to fix the infrastructure because the rats have been gnawing it away. But yeah, the rat attack repair would involve them digging up the roads all over again, a huge prohibitive cost. I remember the late 90s, early 2000s when they dug up the roads for Tony Blair's Connected Britain initiative, and look where that went. And yeah, so this is it. Community Fibre Chief Executive Graham Oxby said his firm's rescue deal would not go ahead. Quote, rodents like ducks, not ducks, quack, ducts, and they like fibres which are very tasty. Tasty, tasty, very, very tasty. They're very tasty. It's not something we've been particularly interested in. We think it's got quite a lot of structure issues and would be an expensive fix. So there you go. So if you're having trouble with your internet, rats, it's rats. And that's why I'm using 5Gs. 5Gs to bring this to you, to squirt this into your faces. All the Gs. It's not good though, because you've all got AIDS now. You've got 5G AIDS. What, you can't do that joke anymore? Apparently, Trump has got a weapon, a new weapon. You know, Trump, we're doing American news. I know I'm a hypocrite, but this is interesting because Trump's got a weapon called the Discombobulator. Of course he has. He uses it on all the ladies. He got it from one of those shops, you know, with the, you know, in Soho. Apparently it was used during the capture of Venezuela's ex-leader Nicolas Maduro. In a recent interview, he revealed that the tool is a sonic weapon, which nobody has. It's the best weapon. It's the best weapon. He says, I'm not allowed to talk about it. I would love to. Yeah. And it's called the Discombobulator. He was quite lipped, but he reckons its effectiveness is second to none. But yeah, so yeah, the Discombobulator, and they've got a little chart here. There's infrasound, and then there's ultrasound, and you see that line there. That's the region that my music sits in, because nobody can hear it. Maybe they just don't want to hear it. So I make it all about me again. So yeah, Trump got his Discombobulator out, and everyone said, "Donny, put it away, put it away." See, I can make it into a cheap knob gag. Yeah. What else is there? Trying to find something else to talk about. Not a lot. Where's all the animal stories gone? I don't do animal stories anymore. I think they got rid of them. And again, a lot of Male Plus stories. Should have come on here first. Should have come on here first, you know, and check the story there, but I didn't. I was trying to get my website to work properly. No, it just doesn't work. Nothing works. Here you go. AI gets everywhere, even in football. Yeah. Robert Moreno, he was he was the former head coach of Spain. It's believed he was sacked from his recent coaching role after an over-reliance on ChatGPT, and I reckon it led him to ignoring all common sense. Well, these are the times in which we live. The 48-year-old took over the reins at Russian club FC Sochi in 2023, but last season saw Moreno adapt his methods in the dugout by using the software. And they were relegated from the Russian Premier League in May 2024 at the end of his first season with the club. But yeah, they noticed, the club officials noticed Moreno was increasingly utilising the technology. Andrei Orlov, who is the club's former sporting director, alleged that Moreno had created a travel and training program for his players with the help of ChatGPT and failed to adapt it when it advised that the squad should go without sleep for 28 hours. Oh dear. He said, when we were preparing for the trip to Khabarovsk, I have everything planned, he said. I've entered the trip parameters into ChatGPT, Orlov claimed. I looked at the presentation and saw the players couldn't sleep for 28 hours. I asked, Robert, it's all very well, but when do the lads sleep? The sleep deprivation exercise didn't go ahead, but that moment created unease between the Marino and the club officials. It's like he's not really paying attention here. So yeah, and there is Roberto Marino, who he likes ChatGPT just a little bit too much. Little dad, who needs sleep? Sleep's for wimps. They'll be fine. They'll be fine. They can sleep on the coach back, can't they? They can sleep on the coach back. What else is there? Have I got anything else? Oh, here you go. Who fancies a nice carvery? Well, actually, this is an all-you-can-eat buffet, right? This is Le Grand Buffet in Narbonne in southern France, right? And this, they claim, is the world's biggest all-you-can-eat buffet. Now, I'm not a big fan of those places because people fingers, fingering the food is just ugh. But I must admit, this is for like, you pay 70, I think it's 70 euros. Was that about 50, 55 quid maybe? I don't know. I don't know what the exchange rates are at the moment. But it looks kind of grand, doesn't it? Well, it is. It's Le Grand Buffet. Now that's Le Grand Fromage. Oi, oi, oi. Now that I could get behind. Cheese is the only thing I can eat now, being a type 2 diabetic. Have I mentioned it recently? I haven't, have I? I need to mention it a bit more. But yeah, they charge €65.90, £56.86 per diner. So it's not bad, is it? Oh, it's very nice. Very ornate for a buffet. Oh, blimey, they're spoiling this. It's got 150 entrees, main courses and desserts. Oh, the seafood. Oh, I think that's it. I'm gonna have to go down there for a trip. What do you reckon? Oh man, I'm gonna have to get my passport renewed just to try it out. What do you reckon? 400,000 customers eat at Le Grand Buffet each year, and the restaurant has thousands of reviews online. I mean, again, they calculate that they get through 10 kilos of food a day, and 1,000 customers too. Yeah, so, and they worked out that it's 10 grams per person of waste. So that's a major undertaking, isn't it? But yeah, I'm just hoping to come across an animal story, but there isn't one. Trying to find. They just do not do the animal stories anymore on here. Oh, mind you, they've got spoilers for A Night of the Seven Kingdoms. I don't want to see that. I don't want to see that. Meanwhile, King Chuck has got a new Lotus Electra sports car. It's electric. It's 160 grand. Right, you can see him pulling up in it at church because he goes to church. He's a good lad. Here he is pulling up in it, and he quipped, "It's silent but deadly." I think we've all been there, haven't we? We've all been there. See, he's a very, very funny man. See, this is where I'm doing it wrong. Uja Mirzaj, right, recorded a TikTok live stream and made £20,000 out of it. You see, this is where I'm going wrong. And here is Uja Mirzaj. He's an Albanian, and yeah, I don't know if you realised he's in prison. Yeah, he made the TikTok video from his prison where he's being held for murder. Lovely fella. Yeah, he live streamed from his UK prison cell in HMP Manchester, as he's doing his 32-year sentence for the shotgun killing of a rival drug dealer. But you see, this is it. This is where I'm doing it wrong. You see, I need to. I've got the beard and the bald head. I just need to be in prison, and I'll get all the clicks and all the views there. He's got one of those mobile phones he keeps in his bum. He's got a bum phone. I'd have to rinse it under the tap. Oh no, I forgot. They put it in a condom first before they put it up the old iris. So there you go. Oh, this is quality entertainment for all the kids, isn't it, folks? This is quality entertainment. Oh, I do have an animal story. Yes, yes. It's just like the old days. It's just like the old days. Just how you like it. And we're going to up to Birmingham. All right. This is footage from a shopper in Primark, right? And what's the person's name? Giorgio. He's just known as Giorgio. He's an Italian who's over in the UK, who lives in Moseley. He was looking at the pillows. Oh, there's always a bleeding advert in there. He was looking at the pillows in Primark, and he couldn't believe what he was seeing. What did he see? I'm just stalling for time. I've got another 5 seconds to go of this advert. I've got 2 seconds to go. Here we go. So here he is. He's looking at the pillows, right? Oops. And there's a little mouse. I don't know if you can see that. I don't know why they're doing that. What, is this a new thing that they've? Oh, there you go. Whoop. There you go. Can you see the little mouse running around inside the pillow? Now it's a 12 quid pillow. You get extra mouse. I wouldn't complain. You very rarely get anything extra these days when you go shopping. But yeah, there is a bit of a close up of him here. Again, it's a bit of a blurry picture, but there he is. Buy a £12 memory foam mattress. Get a free mouse. There you go. But don't say it too loud because they'll all want one. Let's see who's in the chat. AJ's in. It's like, yay, Coffee Time Live indeed. As an American, I'm tired of American news too. How do you think I feel? He says, you don't take a knife to a gunfight. Well, he didn't. He took a gun to a gunfight. He said he didn't have a gun or a knife. That's not what we're hearing over here. He had a cell phone. No, he didn't. He had a gun. He was disarmed by one of the guys, and the gun is supposedly went off, and then it had a bit of a hair trigger, and it caused him to get shot 10 times. So, but he was armed. He was armed, but he didn't have the gun drawn. He had it in a holster. As they had him on the ground, one of the agents disarmed him, and as he moved away, I reckon, hair trigger, bang, and then everyone went choo 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 choo. So, you know, a tragic accident. But you know, if he never had the gun in the first place, it wouldn't have happened, would it? And you also remember microfiche, great. AJ also says, I wonder how they will fix the fibre optic cable, so I'm going to have to do the same thing in 15 to 20 years. Well, again, there won't be. They'll move over to 5G technology by then because it's actually faster. Well, not fast. I mean, it's not faster, but it's more economically viable than having a massive underground cable network that can be chewed and destroyed by the elements and all sorts of other things. Or the Chinese. There's a Chinese. They got planning permission for their big consulate in London. The Labour Party, good old Labour, said, yeah, you can build your consulate there, and it's right on top of a big hub of internet cables. They're right smack bang on top of it. I'm sure nothing can go wrong with that. Andrew's in. He says, hello, I'm in today, and he says, coffee time. I've just had mine. Good, and I'm done here. And AJ says, a pet with your pillow, indeed. So that wasn't bad, was it? 11 people in, that's not too bad. Andrew says, I know my neighbours have had trouble with rats going into their garage as they store bird feed. Well, you know, the rats have been here. You know, we should be friendly to our little furry friends. But yeah, that's it for today, I'm afraid. If you enjoyed it, don't forget to like and subscribe. Renee's in and said, God, good day, Mr. Locke. The one and only watermelon is here. Blimey. You forgot to do a little emoji. You're not, Renee, are you normally on during coffee time? I don't think you are. But I thought I'd jump on because somebody in the comments said, why don't you do coffee time like it used to be? And like I said, it's just because dealing with YouTube is, one, infuriating because nobody sees what I do. Even subscribers don't see what I do because reasons. And then they go through what you do and say, no, you can't do this. This is against our terms of service. And then when you say, well, one, you've completely missed the context of what I was saying, because the algorithm, whether it's here or on Facebook, has no nuance for humour or satire or any kind of bloody meaning other than the lowest common denominator. And you find yourself trying to appeal to a bot, and that's like, you know, you might as well just talk to the dog's arse, you know. And you know, so it gets very, very frustrating with all of this stuff. All of this stuff gets frustrating because you try and do something, you try not to break the rules, but you inadvertently break the rules by trying just to be yourself. And, you know, I'm not posting anything illegal or anything, you know, immoral. You know, there were, again, on Facebook and on here, there's loads of content that shouldn't be on here, but, you know, you cover a news story, you get a community strike for how many days it was. It's quite a few days, actually. And with that, it's dangerous because if you get another one, you lose, you know, and then another one, and it's good night Vienna. So, you know, you get a little bit worried. It makes you a little bit nervous to engage with the platform. But here we are. Hopefully today I've been all right. Hopefully I've stayed on the good side. But you know, it's a funny one. Oh, and AJ's giving me money. Oh, I like money. $4. What's that? It's about £2, isn't it? Does it tell me in the? Where's the oh God? I've messed all the analytics. The analytics have gone. It used to tell you. The exchange rate. £2.93. That's very good. That is. That's good. That is. Another £5 I'll buy a packet of guitar strings. Indeed, money, give me your money. That's why I'm doing this, because I can't get a job because I'm too old. And I've got a bad knee. I've got a really bad knee, hurt my knee. I better show the money. Show him the money. I can't. In the old days, everything was better. It used to do the thing with the dude. Oh God. What the fuck are you doing there, Dan? What the fuck are you doing? Here we go. AJ being very generous there. Remember, you all too can give me money. You too can hand over the goods. E-begging scum. E-begging scum. E-begging. But if you do something like this where you put on a performance, is this e-begging? I don't think this is it? This is just acting the bleeding goat. And Bond says the brain feels discombobulated if I watch even a minute of the nightly news. Well, again, it's just a lot of it is just too US orientated. It's almost like we're one of the bloody states of America, and they steer away from the things that we should be hearing about. You know, there are many things out there that we do need to hear about. They're obsessed with Donald Trump. They've all got TDS, and the thing is, for us, we have no effect on it. We don't get a vote. We don't get a say in it. But we're bombarded with, oh, Trump bad, Trump bad. I mean, the other week it was on, oh God, I don't know why I listen to LBC anymore, radio station UK. It was, because they were running with the anti-Grok stuff. Grok can tell you how to make mustard gas. It's like, yes, basic chemistry. You know, I think we did that in chemistry, and they did this big piece about it, and everybody was going, it's just another hit piece. You know, you can learn all this stuff from ChatGPT or even Google. You don't even have to be smart. But it's, look over there. You know, again, because our news cycle is ideologically driven. It's not actually coming from a place of actually informing people of what's going on, because I don't want you to know what's going on. Oh God, I sound like one of those fucking awful right-wing shills, and I'm not. But I do believe they're obsessed with just this. It's all distraction techniques. They don't really talk about what's really affecting people's lives, because they can't. Because if they do, I think the level of discombobulation would rise. I think they want us to, again, it's the best of times and it's the worst of times. It's that thing where we're in this strange period of, you know, coming out of, you know, God, it's hard to believe COVID was like 6 years ago now, but, you know, coming out of that really damaged a lot of people's brains. You know, I think a lot of what you see in Minneapolis, I don't want to talk about it, doesn't affect me, is people, you know, coming out of the COVID experience, living their lives vicariously online, and they're taking that online experience and how they behave online into the real world, and then wondering why they get shot. You know, it's like, you know, it's bad. But you didn't complain. When Biden did it. You didn't complain when Obama did it. You didn't complain when Bush did it. You didn't complain when Clinton did it. You didn't complain when the other Bush did it. You know? And this is it. And I've showed you the figures. Trump is the least effective at handling the immigration problem. If you look at his stats, he was half the figures of Biden. I did a video about it, remember? When we broke down the figures. This is the grand hypocrisy of it. Is these people are marching and crying over something that Trump's not even very good at. It's more visible now because he realises that's up his game, because he looks pretty shoddy compared to Biden and, well, Obama and Clinton. So, you know, but again, who cares? This is America. I do not care. Bargain hunt time, yeah, indeed. You get bargain hunt too, do you? Blimey, I'm sorry to hear that. I really am sorry to hear that. And on that note, I think we'll end it there. Thank you for watching. That was the news. Not the news that you wanted, the news that you needed. It was just the news. I think it was a kind of news, because we live in a grand time of stupid. And I'm here to point and waggle my finger and laugh at it, because what else can we do? It's either that or cry. And I'm not going to cry. I'm not going out crying. I'm going out laughing. And yeah, hopefully you enjoyed it. If you enjoyed this, if you're out there and you watched this and you enjoyed it, hit the bloody like button. If you hit the like button, I will do this again. If you don't, I'll still do it again, because what else is there to do? But you've got to engage. You've got to leave a comment. You've got to subscribe. You've got to tickle me bell end. You've got to do all those things for the algorithm to love me. It doesn't love me. I'm a subversive, I think. I don't know. I don't know why it doesn't love me. I do what it asks. I make content. But anyway, thank you for watching. That was it. Ta-ta.